What's up, you guys? This is Robert at Chibearsplus. You found me on Twitter and YouTube. Now that you're here on YouTube, go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Smack the bell. You don't want to miss any content. Hit that like. Share it to all your friends and leave a crispy comment so that we can communicate, talk back and back, all that good stuff. What we are here to talk about today is the Week 2 matchup. Your 0-1 Chicago Bears at your 0-1 Denver Broncos. Stories, Vic Fangio, right? It's new school versus old school. What's up, old school Vic? It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. It'll be good to see Vic out there. It's been cool seeing him and hearing his press conferences, stuff that you don't normally get to watch throughout the week, all the other coaches talking unless there's a big highlight. But he's a pretty funny dude. He'll be missed. There's no doubt about it. I want to destroy the Broncos nonetheless. Not as bad as I'd like to beat the pants off of a John Fox old school team. That'd be a lot of fun if he could go back to the Broncos at some point with all the trash that he talks, on the networks and whatnot, thinking the Bears aren't legit. Anyway, Mr. Conservative, Fangio versus Mr. BU, Matt Nagy, should be a lot of fun this weekend. Stick around to the end of the video for my crispy prediction. So, very important game. The Bears are trying to get back to 500. Got to do it. We got a game on the road against the Redskins next week. We could be staring at 0-3. It's time to turn this thing around and start moving in the right direction, which I think that the Bears can do. All right, guys, what to watch for. Number one, will Nagy call more run plays? Been hearing a lot of excuses since last year. I felt like I've been beating this horse for a long time. This Bronco has been beat for a very long time. It just seems like every time Mitch had a bad game, it's because we didn't run the ball. We just put too much in his hands. I'm rocking the 10. I feel the faith that Mitch is going to play well, right? But let's not make it harder on him. Let's make it easier. Let's run the ball. We got a big offensive line that's good. Let's go ahead and get some positive yards. Take a little pressure. I'm sick of the excuses out of Nagy. You saw the last video, I'm sure. I'm about done with it. So, quit playing around. Let's run the ball. Number two, will Cohen get a rush at running back this week? The most electrifying player on your team. Make sure he gets the ball. And let him run the ball a couple times out of the backfield. Give Montgomery 15, give Cohen 7. And anytime Cohen's not in the backfield, put him at slot. Keep him on the field. Do whatever you got to do. And if you have to split up those carries a little bit differently so that you can get Cohen out of the slot a little bit, you can still put him on the edge, or run 5 wide, things like that. But I want to make sure that we can get Miller on the field too out of the slot. So that's the only reason I'm putting the caveat on it. Next one, Denver home field advantage. If you guys listen to the radio, which I try not to, I try to stay on the independent guys. But I guess this home field advantage is pretty real. It's hard to go into Denver and win, especially early in the year, September, in the heat. You're closer to the sun, all that good stuff. You get a little bit winded. It's hot. You're breathing. You're huffing. It's going to test the depth. Maybe one of those situations where the lack of preseason play comes into play with conditioning. I don't think so, but something to watch for. Possible return of Trey Burton. Might not see him for the first time since before the playoff game on the field. Hearing that he's looking better, it's going to be probably a game-time decision. Will Trey Burton play? He's served as Trubisky's security blanket all last season, so it'll be an interesting thing to watch for. All right, guys, time for my Chibearsplus keys of the game for this Sunday. Key number one, touchdown to check down. Nagy says it all the time. If Fangio is going to come up to the line of scrimmage and try to confuse and pressure Mitch Trubisky, throw it over the top. We got to stretch this defense out. We can't play 0 yards to 10 yards and have everybody jump into all of our routes, and just running comebacks all day. Can't do it. We got to throw over the top. We got to stretch this field, and we got to run the ball to help stretch that field. But anyway, touchdown to check down. We know Vic likes to sit back and zone. We watched him do it all year. He's a betting man. He's betting that you are going to make a mistake before they will, and he's going to try to make you go all the way down the field, throwing big zone packages back there and try to trick you up. But the check down's going to be there. So if you don't have that look for that touchdown, hit that check down. You're going to go right down the field, break a tackle here or there, collect some first downs, get all the way down the field. We saw it last year that Mitch Trubisky could do that, especially on first drives of the game. So especially with the scripted stuff. So let's just get down the field. A lot of people are talking about how well, Fangio knows Nagy, but Nagy knows Fangio. So I expect that. Also, I did hear him say that in a press conference. I could have sworn that I heard him say that they're not going to run anything that Fangio's seen before, which would be interesting. I don't necessarily know that plays to your advantage as a Chicago Bear. I like to think that you want to do well what you do well. But I do like to throw some wrinkles in there, so I'm a little nervous on that if that's what's really going on. But that's all right. Anyway, next key, run the damn ball. Said it last video, said it last year. I'm going to keep saying it. We have the pieces in place to run the ball effectively. We just drafted Montgomery, who is probably going to be the stud if we ever get to see him go out and stud it out. Cohen is a danger to take the ball to the house every single play. Sure, he stretches the ball out a little bit to the sidelines. It doesn't hit the hole every once in a while, but when there's a hole, a lot of times he gets through it, and there's been some of our biggest gains off of that. So, establish your run. No one cares about your play action or your RPO if you never run the ball. No one's going to respect it. We have to run the ball at some point. So let's run it, Nagy. Not totally turned on Nagy. I'm just saying. I want to see it. Let me see some running. Next, no turnovers. Like I said, Vic's betting that you are going to turn the ball over, that you can't make it all the way down the field, 75 yards on a drive before you turn it over. So clean that up, get down the field, punch it in. Man, I can only imagine all the cool stuff Nagy has planned in the goal line packages if we could just get down there. So wasn't really happening last week, so let's get down there and do that this week, right? Number 4, finally, let's clean it up. Clean it up. I'm done. Clean up the blocking assignments. No more free running defenders running at Mitch and making Mitch look bad. You're just adding to the national narrative when he's running around back there. They're going to start talking about Mitch has the happy feet again. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, clean it up. Clean up the penalties. Clean it up. It's like 2 things I feel like we did pretty well. We blocked well last year. We didn't turn the ball over much. I think Mitch only had 7 interceptions. And the penalties, we weren't shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, what we did would have killed drives, but clean it all the way up. Don't be dirty. Keep it crispy. Anyway, what do I think is going to happen? I have no idea. I don't know who's going to show up. Is it good Matt Nagy? Is it good Trubisky? Is it good O-line? Is it bad all of the above? I don't know. I think that the Bears coaching staff is going to sit back, and I think that they truly will learn their lesson that they need to run the ball a little bit more, make a little bit more commitment to it, and it'll probably last for 4 or 5 games, and then they'll get trapped into throwing the ball 50 times again. But I do think they will run the ball, and I think that they are going to play very well. They're going to know their opponent, and I think that we are looking at a low-scoring defensive battle in the Mile High City, and your Bears are going to win 14-6. All right, there we go. If you disagree, leave a comment. Tell me why. If you have a better name for some of my segments, like Keys of the Game, everyone does keys, right? You know something cool? Go ahead and shoot it my way. If you like this video, hit the like. Just go ahead and do it. Don't hit the dislike, although it all works the same, I think. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I don't know what you're waiting for. And smack that bell, tackle it, because you don't want to miss any content. This is Robert at Chibearsplus on Twitter. Go ahead and give me a crispy follow there too. Bear down.